Hi there, Steve here in Sydney. I just want to emphasise that the practice of scientism, which is all over the internet, making it so unpleasant, is really just a form of unarmed combat used by people online from the safety of a remote keyboard, so they can, if they can, and they believe they're doing this, it's really an unarmed form of combat to try and score winning chokeholds, strangleholds, headlocks on strangers they meet over the net, and they'll do it to anyone they can, but most specifically religious people. And the winning chokeholds, strangleholds, and that sort of thing, they are all their famous dismissals and put downs like, oh, that's anecdotal, I don't have to believe anything you say. While they cheerfully report all their own personal anecdotes. And the argument of, oh, that's a straw man, I don't have to listen to what you're telling me. I have scientific backup. The reason they're always going for references, demanding references of other people, and there's a reason for this. They are averse to thinking for themselves. They have a paralysed thought process which is bleak compared to that of the ordinary person. It's undernourished, under-energised, with symptomatic of depression, which I think is more widespread in the community than we would think. Many pseudo-skeptics practicing this scientism demonstrate symptoms of depression where everything is just too much trouble even thinking, and they forever want other people to think for them, such as white-coated scientists in the scientific priesthood. That's what scientism is. It's all about online combat with other people. It's really all it is. They do it with strangers, and this is why they got no interest at all in science itself. They don't read science, they don't understand science, they just want to use it as an excuse to beat up on strangers online. So if you did this physically, you'd be jailed for doing it, but because you do it anonymously and it's only a virtual form of violence, you can get away with it. Practicing from mom's basement for years and years and years. It is a very bleak half-life these people lead, and I pity them. I really do. Their diminished mental function is evident from all their self-defeating statements. They usually trip themselves up in 2 or 3 entries, and you just makes you wonder, why do they think they're scientists? I think it's because they lack empathy, which is a problem in their social development, their mental brain material development. Now, what I have for you is a little commentary on a blog linked below this video, and it's about an astonishing discovery. Well, it's not really astonishing anymore, it's now becoming a regular thing, and that is that much science is actually based on fraud. And in the field of cancer research, spot checks were made on some seminal papers that years ago produced layers and layers of further expensive research based on their conclusions that were published and peer-reviewed by friends who are anxious to peer review and publish with them. And 53 experiments, landmark experiments reported in peer-reviewed literature, could not be duplicated. Well, no, I've got to get this right. Out of 53 experiments selected by spot check by a committee, 47 could not be duplicated, yet all these papers are hailed as landmark advances in cancer research and cures for cancer research, which basically means 47 out of 53, the truth rate is 11.1%. This is reported in some detail in the 2 linked articles below this video. The reason I say this is that pseudo-skeptics practice their scientism behave as if science is a monolithic block of truth, which it is not. It's actually got veins of, and I'll say this, big pharma, corporate science has large veins of organised crime running through it. I will say that. Most crimes start with lies. Now, if these seminal papers that don't really work, the processes described, the claims made aren't really true, as it was in 89% of 53 papers selected randomly. If that is true, it's likely we're going to get a whole lot of ineffective, useless, but very expensive cancer-fighting drugs and therapies, which will take billions out of the cancer sufferer's pocket and do nothing much good for them at all, before they've finally found out in 25 years' time with independent studies in other countries. So this is an example of scientism, the belief that science is a solid block of truth and pure knowledge, and it is anything but that. It's a whole bunch of scientists writing to further their own careers and get peer reviewed by their friends who peer review each other all the time. It's a mutual admiration society is peer review quite frequently. And I don't trust that at all. So, and as well as running like organised crime, science has many things in common with the great religions. Some things are just heresy and can't be published, even though it's been duplicated numerous times in the lab. So you don't get published, and you also don't get published if you don't come from some prestigious institute. So it's big names on letterheads get you publication rights automatically, whether it's true or not what you're actually claiming in your paper. And other people come to hang on your coattails and build on your big name publication for their own research. And it's not producing new cancer drugs, and it's not making a dent in cancer figures, because we've spent since 1912, approximation this is, something like the cost of 10 moon landings on cancer research, and cancer is still on the increase. Okay, so maybe this business of mutual admiration society peer reviewing and not asking anyone for details or how many times something was duplicated has been going on since the whole century. Who knows? It's likely it has, because it's kind of strange that tens and tens of billions of dollars are spent on cancer research and we still don't have a generic cure for, say, 75% of cancer. Yet vast amounts of money have been paid by the general public, the suffering public, that we have to put up with. So this is why I'm trying to get through to all these people practicing scientism that science has got elements of organised crime in it, elements of religion in it. So you can't claim holier than thou against religious people. And I've got a couple of links below this video suggesting that, asserting that, okay, asserting that in your face, pseudo-skeptics. Okay, Steve here in Sydney. And just one more thing before I go, I'll leave you with this passing thought, which is detailed in the Vox blog below this video. It's linked. Of the 47 companies out of 53 that published a whole lot of groundbreaking, non-replicatable science, faulty science, science that doesn't work, that's claimed seminal in cancer research, the 47 false papers of research are not allowed to be named. The committee won't release the list. So, what the committee is telling us is not all good news, because they're keeping the names of the offending scientists and institutes, drug companies and whatever, a big secret. And we might liken this to the code of silence used by the mafia, omerta, protecting the brotherhood. So the committee's only half independent, and its findings are only half transparent, enough to protect all the criminals involved in their fraud, which is simply lying on paper, which can lead to billions of dollars of profits. See how it looks like organised crime? You just got to look at it the right way. Steve here in Sydney. I'm really going this time.